Young world. I'm sure you jokers heard by now. Anybody who's following this situation with young Dolph, I'm sure y'all heard by now. Definitely, that's the one thing. The allegedly car with that was used. But some other stuff they're saying is that the two shooters allegedly, or at least are thought to possibly have been killed in Memphis. They saying the one shooter was brought to the hospital like 2 days later. And they dropped the boy off at the hospital in that same car. They got it on film, supposedly. The one shooter. And they saying the other shooter um, was killed at the mall with his child. Like his child didn't die, but he died. Killed him while he had his daughter with him. I mean, this sounds. There's only really two explanations for this whole thing. There's only two explanations. Either these jokers that did this crime are the stupidest jokers in the history of crime. Either that, or this is a CIA or some other type of going on. Because if these two shooters are dead, if that's them, that the best way to hide a conspiracy or cover up is to kill the people who did it. Hire the people who did to do something, then you go and kill them. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's how the CIA operates. That's how you don't hear about certain stuff, because they'll have a joker do something and then they'll just kill him. You know what I mean? But they found the car in the middle of a neighborhood where not only Young Dolph did a video at, but a lot of other rappers did a video over there. Hit the like button if you're up in there. I see a couple people up in there. Not only Young Dolph did a video there before, but a bunch of rappers out of Memphis did a video at the same house where they found this car at. How this car just? Why would they put the car where they put it at a place like that, knowing that at that place people do videos there. It's already a popular spot. It's an abandoned house. Why would you put a car somewhere like that? Why would you put it anywhere? And this is the other thing too. The car was dropped off. Like I said, they're saying that the person that showed up at the hospital dead was dropped off in that car, and this is what 2 days after the shooting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, which would kind of make sense as far as, because if you get shot and go right to the hospital, if you just did a crime, they're gonna know you had something to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it goes anywhere. I got shot years ago. I was way up in Massachusetts a week later. You know what I'm saying? And my wound got infected and started bleeding and pussing. I went to the emergency room. They called the police, questioning me, talking about acting like it just had happened. I'm like, dude, this is from in a different state. You know what I'm saying? I got shot damn near a whole week ago, but the wound was leaking and pussy and bloody because it got infected. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes. You show up at the hospital with with a fresh gunshot wound. If anything happened in the area, they're gonna automatically try to connect you to that. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of shooting. So I know how that goes. So it makes sense that they would have waited a couple of days to bring the Joker to the. But the thing that don't make sense, Kent Jackson was good. The thing about that don't make sense is that why would they take him to the hospital? This is where I be saying this. This is where I say it's some other stuff going on. Cause ain't nobody this goddamn stupid. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no jokers running the streets that goddamn stupid. If you wanted to avoid bringing him to the hospital to avoid raising suspicion, you damn sure wouldn't bring him there days later in the same car if the Joker's already dead. They said when he got there, he's already dead at the hospital. So they holding him for a day or two to not, you know what I'm saying? And then he show up. You would just throw him somewhere else. You're not going to show up at the hospital knowing they got cameras at the hospital. I tell you what, a lot of people don't want to hear the conspiracy, all this, you know what I'm saying? But Joker, it's real easy right now for a person to slip into a conspiratorial type of mind state, because it would make sense if it was some type of CIA or some type of record, some other stuff, because everything that was done was a perfect cover up for something like that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Hire some jokers to do it, kill them, hold one of them for a day or two. But they saying, because it's not clear whether Young Dolph's security or whoever was there with him, is not clear if they're saying that he's the one that shot the dude or not when he was fleeing. You know what I'm saying? So that's possible, or it could have been something else. You know what I mean? But from what I understand in Memphis, from what Project Pat broke down on Hip Hop Uncensored, which I wasn't aware of, he said He said at Memphis, anybody can buy a gun. You don't need a license to carry it or nothing. You just go get a gun and just be out there with it. You just be strapped in Memphis without no license, no license to carry, no type of validation. You can just go buy a gun and be out there. So I wonder why whoever was with young Dolph, if he had security, if it was a real security or if it's homie or somebody, why they wouldn't have said that they shot dude? Because supposedly the window was shot out in the car. Why he wasn't just like, yeah, we shot the window out? Unless it's possible they could have been trying to keep that secret too. That's something that, if it ain't no conspiracy, that's like something that the police would have been trying to keep secret. Because they wouldn't want to scare nobody off from showing up at the hospital knowing they was shot. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't have put that out there. They would have tried to act like they wasn't thinking about that. But why the person didn't, I don't know, man. It's mad weird, yo. All I'm saying is that when it comes to the conspiracy, it's a perfect setup for a cover up. You know what I'm saying? It's a perfect scene. Then I seen a video of Young Dolph yesterday of him doing like not a speech, but he was like doing like a charity type of event and stuff like that. It seemed like he was real close around the police to not saying like he was on the like funniness stuff. I'm just saying like as far as what he was doing, it's hard to believe he wouldn't have been more protected than he was. Like, but then again, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yeah, man, this whole thing just seemed weird. If these shooters are dead like everybody's saying they are, then that leaves answers that would never be, questions that would never be answered. You know what I'm saying? See if I can see these comments somebody put real quick. Olivia Parker was good, or Olivia Prater. Beezy, yo, what's going on, Beezy? There's pictures with demons after Travis Scott. Beezy said Dolph was a hit. They followed him. I put the video up and I put the video up and showed y'all that a Joker was videoing him at the gas station right before he got shot. Who videos somebody in the cut like that on the low without saying something to a celebrity? You see a celebrity, you're gonna want to take a picture or a photo. And if you too goddamn cool or you ain't like that, why you gonna pull out a camera and start recording them? You know what I'm saying? And try to be sneaky with it. They would have got more footage than that. They was just on some old YouTube monetization type shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get this video, throw it up on YouTube type shit. It was only like 3 seconds of a video. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make sense too. Because a fan, the average person, me, I see a drop. I would have said something. I'm saying anybody, most people would. I say most people. And like I said, if you're too goddamn cool to do something like that, you probably ain't gonna pull out your phone and feel like it's important enough for you to record it at the same time. So that don't even make sense that somebody was recording him right next to him without him even seeing him. And he looked like he was by himself right there. Maybe he had somebody in a different car. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't make sense either to me. That's extremely shady that somebody was. And why was they hiding and recording him? They was recording him mad sneaky. You know what I'm saying? You saw him looking around, and the way young Dolph was looking, he was looking around like almost like he was thinking something might could have happened. But probably his norm when he's in Memphis anyway. He want to look around. So I don't know, man. This whole thing is about to turn into the brand new Tupac Biggie type stuff, man. Like out of all the shootings that happened, this by far so far has been the weirdest one yet. Like the Biggie Tupac conspiracy type stuff and all the questions that weren't answered from those shootings. God damn it, since JFK almost, because this shit got real weird. Jokers is getting killed after the fact, showing up at the hospital 2 days later, dead, getting dropped off in the same vehicle. The vehicle gets found in some neighborhood where they shoot rap videos at. Like the whole thing just seems extremely. The only explanation for this, if this ain't no top secret, not top secret, but like some old conspiracy type stuff, if this ain't that, the only logical explanation is that these jokers is extremely retarded. But you got to keep in mind, in the streets, when you try to put shit together with logic, sometimes you keep bumping your head because there's no logic in the streets. Shit don't always happen in a logical order. You know what I'm saying? There's not always a logical chain of events that happen in the street. Sometimes you would think this should lead to that. If you did this, you did that, or this is what you would. But the streets don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the other thing about the streets that it makes it super unlogical is that the drugs. When jokers are on drugs, you do shit that's just not logical anyway sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do stuff like this when they be on drugs and be doing stuff. Yeah, things happen on the spiritual level too. Easy, definitely. I put the Chicago body count curse video up a long time ago. Trust me, I know how the spiritual stuff works at the same time. But this thing here is just totally out of whack, man. Like maybe just jokers are just lying about them, the shooters being. Maybe there's just assumptions. Maybe it's not really them. But if these two shooters got killed that quick, even if it's not, even just by regular street term type of stuff, that's even extremely quick for some jokers in the street to just catch up to the op, if you want to call ops like this. God damn, I said ops. See, this is what I mean, man. This is how you know this shit. I ain't never said ops before unless I was making fun of the goddamn word. I just sat here joker and just said ops. God damn. The beef, joker, the beef. When you in the streets, even catching up to the beef that quick is even weird in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You catch a joker 2 days later, the next day. But like I said, the one might have got shot at the scene, so that would make sense if he really got shot at the scene. But he caught the other. And who's gonna be walking around with their goddamn child at the mall after you just kill somebody 2 days ago? Again, either conspiracy or the stupidest jokers in the goddamn world. That's unheard of. You really gonna take your daughter to the mall? You know what I'm saying? You just killed a celebrity that people will love in broad daylight, and you gonna show up at the mall with your daughter? You got to. You know what I'm saying? I believe somebody's that dumb. But there's a lot of things happen on a personal level. I mean, regardless of how you say shape this up, personal, spiritual, whatever, this shit is just weird and spooky. This whole situation just don't. None of it makes sense. None of it goes along with like a normal chain of events. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna leave that right there. Everybody hit the like button if you didn't hit the like button already before you dip up out of here, because it wouldn't make no sense if you goddamn it didn't, man. But I'm gonna see if any new status got off work. I'm just talking about the stuff I seen throughout the day and last night. We're trying to get a chance to make a video, but I'm gonna see if there's some other shit that's going on. Might come back on here and do something else, man. But this shit definitely, man, it's just not adding up. You know what I'm saying? It's just not adding up. None of this shit makes any type of goddamn sense, man. For real. I don't, and young Dolph, the way he was looking in the last video I seen when he was like with the charity thing, he looked like he almost looked like his mind might have been going somewhere else. Like he's about to try to start doing some dirt. He was extremely charitable. Maybe he was about to be on some old, you know what I'm saying, some political type stuff. You don't know, man. It's just something. Just I don't know. Oh, and the way they went and took the video of them taking his body away from the scene in a car. That shit seemed like it was so weird. The FBI and all them people. To stay brave, what I say. Um, I don't know if y'all saw the video when they went and picked his body up in his car. You know what I'm saying, from the actual scene. That shit looked like a kidnapping. The way they went in there, 1,000 police, FBI police. They went up like I saw on the regular news. It showed the whole like the motorcade leaving, like all the cops. That shit just looked weird. I never seen them show up somewhere like that and take a body in the vehicle away so quick and drive so quick after they got it too. The whole thing was just weird as hell, man. I don't know, something about this whole thing, man. You already know I'm on some bullshit with the conspiracy. I'm sorry, I'll reach real quick, but even outside of that, some of the is BZ. Some of the stuff just seems, like I said, just planted. Like this car seems planted. These two jokers ended up dead. If they had something to do with it, if they're really the shooters, that seems planted. You know what I'm saying? I will say, yeah, if the one got shot at the scene by somebody that was with Young Dolph, that would make sense. You know what I'm saying? You might have called him, he died, they didn't want to take him. I can understand that part. But it just all happened so quick, man. I don't know. The whole thing just seemed weird as hell to me. About the oh shit. What's the 9999? What's good, joke? I ain't see you in a minute up in here. I'm about to get up out of here now though, but shout out to you. But yeah, I just got off work. I'm about to go in here and eat and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I might come back on here if I can find some new stuff, some other stuff that might have came through. But shout out to everybody that came. Hit that like button before you dip. Do what you got to do. Stay out the goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? Because these jokers is out here on that bullshit. Word up.